This video will show you how to rent, reserve, and buy on Festively. So taking the example I had earlier of a graduation, I have that in my What Can We Help You Find field. I'm going to click search. So starting with a rental. Something that I might need for my graduation is some type of a backdrop. So this backdrop here is this sequence backdrop rental. And by clicking on the listing, I can see details about the rental. There's some information here about how the fabric can be customized in school colors. And most importantly, I want to check the availability. So I'm actually going to click check availability because I want it on my specific date. And I want to know if it's available. And it is. So this gives me the price per day for the rental, and it tells me that it will require a deposit of $75 to reserve it today, and $75 to be paid at a later date. If I scroll down here, I'll see just to verify what's included. So there's colors that are available. I can choose from a couple of options. The condition is new. The product size is important to make sure that I'm clear about what the size is. The weight, they're willing to travel 20 miles to deliver this, so that's great. This is also important. When is the balance due? So I must pay the balance within 5 days before the date of delivery. This is important because the order will be canceled if I don't pay within the parameters that are stated here. So just need to make sure that I'm clear and I understand that. If something were to happen to this, there is a $150 replacement fee. So by agreeing to this rental, I'm agreeing to those terms. Here in the middle is where I actually get to select any customizable options. So I'm going to go ahead and go with that silver option. And I do want the sequence, and I would like the 12-foot option as well. I'm going to click Add to Bag. And so now I have reserved this sequence backdrop. Now let's go ahead and look for an item that's for sale. So I'm going to go back to my graduation example. And I know that these flowers are for sale. You can't rent flowers unless they're fake flowers, which sometimes you can rent those. Those are wonderful as well. But I want to actually purchase this bouquet for my graduation party. So similarly, I'm going to look at the description here. I'm going to look at the details, understand what's included. It's limited to seasonal flowers, and understand what the options are, and understand the pricing. So, given all that, I would like to move forward. I would like yellow sunflowers, and I'm going to go ahead and click Add to Bag. So now that's been added to my bag. I can add more if I'd like to, or additional bundles, but I'm happy with that option there. So now let's go ahead and add a service, and something that I'm interested in requesting is a photographer. So remember that a service will be listed under the service tab. So you do have to click services to make sure that you're getting anything that could be listed in the services tab. And I see here there's an engagement photographer here. You can take a look at their optional photos. And this is something that I am looking for separate from the graduation party. Let's look at the details here. Looks like they've been a photographer a number of years, which is reassuring. And I can go ahead and change my location here because the party or the reason for the engagement photos may be different from where I'm hosting my graduation party. But for now, I'll go ahead and keep that as the same. And the location here is actually the location of the vendor, so we can see where they are, how close they are to us. Here's some important details. What's included? So this includes 6 hours of their services, including travel time. So that's important because if I'm trying to go somewhere further away, I have to accommodate their travel time within that 6 hours. This also includes editing of the photos and final finished photos. And understanding the turnaround time is 1 week. And I'll get at least 50 edited photos. So that's great. You know, I really want to understand what I'm getting here. Clarity is really key so that we have a good understanding of the services that are rendered. So in order to book this for the date that I want, I do need to pay a deposit of $50. And I have, you know, this is actually stating, you know, that I can book up to 90 days in advance. So I can take a look at this and say, in 3 months from now, I would like to book this photographer, make sure that I get them locked and loaded. So let me check availability for the date that I want. So I'm actually going to go out a little bit further. Let's look at the end of August. Ah, wonderful. They are available. So I see here some information on my pricing. It's going to be $500 for the day. The deposit that's due today in order to book is $50. Final price that will be due later is $450. So I'm going to go ahead and book them. This area here is where I actually officially add them to my bag. This is a flat fee, and it does ask if I have any specific requests, and I'll just say none at this time. This is a great opportunity for you to add any specific questions or requests that you have for the photographer. I'll go ahead and click Add to Bag, and now they are in my cart, if you will. Here at the hamburger menu that you'll find at the top of every page on Festively, you can go to My Bag. Here you'll see the various listings that we've gone ahead and reserved. We have the subtotal here, tax, delivery fees, if any, and the cart total. One thing that you'll notice, there's multiple vendors listed here, and you can do that within the order to Festively. So I'm going to go ahead and confirm order. We have an opportunity to change the address if we needed to, and you can do that. One thing that we have here is a verification that you have read and agreed to the terms and conditions of this order. So in order to do that, you should look at the individual listings, the shops for each of the individual listings, and see if there are any terms and conditions for that shop. And where you'll find that is under FAQ and contact. So you can click here, and currently for this particular vendor there are no FAQs and contacts, but that's where you would be able to find any details on cancellation policy, anything that's pertaining to the terms and conditions for that vendor. So verify that you've seen that and select I have read and agree to the terms and conditions, and then go ahead and proceed to checkout. Once you click on confirm order, you'll be taken to this payment page where you can go ahead and complete the payment with the card of your choice. And that's how you rent, buy, and reserve services on Festively.